Hey, how's it going, guys? So, I know this video probably seems a little late. She's got about, what, just under a week before her banner's actually gone. But regardless, I've had a few people reach out saying, hey, should I pull her or should I just bite the bullet and just start saving jewels for future banners? So I kind of want to just share my thoughts with her. We'll go over things like how I think she performed in clan battle and other areas of the game. I've been using her a lot in arena recently, so we're going to cover some of that stuff. We'll take a look quickly at her kit, and then we'll end off taking a look at future banner stuff so that we can get a good idea of the timeline and whether or not it's worth pulling for her now or actually just saving for some of the banners that are going to be coming out. Because just a heads up, we are going to start going into kind of like a string of either limited characters or characters who are considered like must-haves. No matter what area of the game you play, they're just, you've got to get them. And we're going to fall into kind of like a string of these banners one after another. So we're going to cover some of that stuff. In some situations, I do think it's worth pulling her. That's my personal opinion. If you do have her, or if you decide to pull on her, she is an amazing character. She was surprisingly stronger than what I had first anticipated. So either way, she's going to be a great unit. However, in some situations, I do agree with kind of like the common answer for whether or not you should pull on her. I think for some people, it is worth skipping for now and saving. But either way, we're going to take a look at the banner schedule. We're going to go over all of that stuff, and hopefully you'll have an idea of whether or not you should pull her or you should start saving. So with that being said, let's take a look. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at her kit. Now, like I just mentioned, she is incredibly powerful. I was kind of taken back with how strong she was. She completely snowballs. Her damage just starts ramping and she just gets insane. A lot of people have been comparing her to Kaori in terms of clan battle, and I mean, who doesn't want a second Kaori? So let's have a look and kind of see what she does. And this is what I mean when she snowballs, right? So her Union Burst doesn't really hit very hard. Honestly, it kind of hits like a potato. But the big benefit is that she gains a huge physical attack and she boosts her own action speed. So as soon as she gets her first Union Burst off, that's when the snowball effect hits. And she just starts attacking fast and she just starts hitting harder and harder and harder. Her first skill effect is just, it's moderate damage to all enemies in range, so it's a nice AoE. Spoiler for ahead, this does a ton of damage in arena, so it's really good. And then her second ability is, again, moderate physical damage to one enemy, but it also recovers her own TP. So you can kind of start to see how she starts to snowball, right? She gets off her first Union Burst, huge attack buff, action speed, and then she just starts dishing out, gaining more and more TP. She's kind of everything you want wrapped up in a nice little package as a physical DPS, because she doesn't really need a lot of assistance, right? Because she boosts her own attack, she boosts her own TP, she gives herself action speed. She's just everything you want in a physical character. And I took her to 4-star and I ranked her up all the way. I took her to 10-5, and in terms of clan battle, she just killed it. She does so much damage. And honestly, I think if you were to take her to 5, I think she would knock Kaori off the throne. I really do. I think she would take the spot for the highest damage, just because of how much she doesn't need a lot of assistance to do her job. You just kind of throw her in, make sure there's obviously a Makoto in there, and she'll go nuts. So if you have her or if you decide to get her, either way, she's going to be an amazing character to have. I do have some clips, which I'll put at the end of the video and then just quickly go over, of her in arena, because I've been using her a lot recently on my arena team, specifically my Summer Peck team, because I've been trying to fill the last spot. I basically have 4 characters on that team that I've been consistently using, and I have no idea who to use. Tomo took that space, and I'm going to highlight at the end of the video just how powerful Tomo actually is in arena. Like, I know that she's kind of considered more like Kaori and clan battle focused, but don't scuff on her when it comes to arena. She does a lot of damage. So I'll show that at the end of the video. That's just kind of like a heads up. All in all, I think she's a fantastic character to have. Now, Whether or not you should pull her, that's a little bit of a different story. And so this is where we're going to go into the future banner stuff. Just quickly, let me just open this up. Thought I had it. Here we go. So let's maximize this. So first off, credits to Restia, as you can see just up here for this banner schedule. Now, whether or not it's completely how it's going to be, we don't know. This is just kind of like a guess, but this thing has been completely invaluable information. So credits to Restia for that. So taking a look at this is pretty much the banner schedule from where we are now all the way pretty much until February. Now, this is where people are saying you shouldn't pull Tomo. And kind of how I mentioned earlier is this string of limited characters and characters who are considered incredibly powerful. That's what all of this is right here. Now, I'm not going to dive into it like super deep right now. I'm probably going to cover this in another video. But basically, as you can see, we are right here at the end of August, early September, with the Tomo banner going into the next banner, which is Mitsuri. Honestly, so Mitsuri is a 2-star character and you never pull on 2-star banners. Let's just put that out there. If it's a 2-star banner, you don't pull on it. You save for limited or you save for 3 stars. Anyway, Makoto also has an increased chance during this banner. So this is more of a Makoto banner than it is a Mitsuri. So just a heads up. And this is kind of what I want to get into on whether or not you should pull for Tomo, because I think it really depends. Now, if we take a look all the way up until, let's just go ahead and say the end of October right here. So we've got the next banner, which is Makoto, and then we have 4 banners after, which is 2 Halloween, the first pre-fest, which is Christina, and then we have Ruka. Now, Christina is a must-have. By all means, you cannot pass on her, except for one little thing. You can, during this pre-fest, you can completely not pull on this. You can just forget this pre-fest, and you can wait until the next pre-fest, which is New Year Yui. New Year Yui is another complete must-have character. Now, if you are shy on jewels, or if you are completely free to play or new or whatever, and you want to just play the long game and be really reserved on your jewels, you can skip this one, save all the way until you get to New Year Yui, and then you can save up enough to, what is it, Pity, which is 45,000 jewels, and then you just pull. Hopefully you pull either New Year or Christina, or both. That would be great. But the thought process here is you pull 45,000 and you get, let's just say you pull New Year Yui, and then you never pull Christina, but when you get to 45,000, when you get to that 300 Pity, you can just Pity Christina. So you basically pick up both pre-fest characters on the second pre-fest, right? I hope I made that clear. But if you're fine saving and playing the long game, that's a really good method to do it. It's a really safe way to save a lot of jewels. But anyway, back to Tomo. The Halloween characters are specifically, or generally considered, should I say, more PvP focused. They're kind of like arena, specifically Halloween Shinobu. Think of Halloween Shinobu as kind of like another Ilya, not in terms of skill sets, but in terms of what she's going to do to the PvP meta. So when Ilya came out, she kind of changed up the arena meta a little bit. Halloween Shinobu's pretty much going to do a similar thing. So, but these are very arena focused. Now, back to whether or not we should actually pull Tomo. With all that information out of the way, if you have Makoto and you don't need to pull on Makoto, and you're not really interested in these limited Halloween characters who are typically more arena focused, let's just say maybe you're hardcore into clan battle, and you're willing to skip this first pre-fest and try and pull Christina doing this, meaning you're not actually going to be pulling these next 4 banners, I honestly think Tomo you're totally fine pulling on her. I think she would be a really good unit. She's amazing in clan battle. Like I said, she's really good in arena. She's just all around incredible. So if you have Makoto and you're not interested in these and you're going to wait on Christina, you're kind of maybe thinking Ruka. Ruka's kind of like, she's good as well, but you kind of have to decide where you want her. And then maybe you don't have Ilya or whatever reason. But that's kind of what I think here with these. if you kind of fit within that situation, I think Tomo's definitely worth it. However, if you need Makoto still, or, you know, you want some of these Halloween characters, I honestly think you should pass on her. You know, it kind of hard for me to say because I've really liked Tomo after I got her. So I'm not saying I'm a complete advocate for her, but she's incredibly strong. There are some characters that just are going to take precedence over her. So that's another thing. And if we want to just go into the later stuff here, this is where the string kind of begins of characters, kind of like towards the end of November. Christmas Chica is considered kind of a must-have. Christmas ANA, I don't know if I'm saying that right, is not a must-have, but a good one. New Year Yui you need. Hiyori's kind of considered a need. Shizuru's considered a must-have. Muimi's a must-have. Like, all of these back to back to back to back to back. So if you need to start saving jewels now's kind of the time to do it. So anyway, hope that all made sense and that wasn't just too much information at you. That's kind of what I think with Tomo right now. I think it depends on your situation. If you've got all those, go for her. She's a fantastic unit. If you need Makoto and you want to pull on Halloween characters and all that, honestly wait. If you're going to pull on Christina, keep in mind during the pre-fesses, so the Christina and the New Year Yui and the Muimi and all that, all 3-star characters are going to have double drop rates again. Just like we just had during, what was it, Summer Tamaki, I believe it was. They'll all have increased chance. So you might actually just get lucky and pull her during some other pulls. So that's the nice thing. That's what I think of that. Let's get back to the actual video. Let's go ahead and I want to showcase some of this arena stuff just to give you an idea. Unfortunately, I don't have any clan recordings, so I can't kind of show how she did in clan battle, but I'm just going to quickly go over her in arena and give you an idea of what she can actually do in arena, and, you know, maybe that'll help you decide whether or not you want to pull her. Okay, so the team I want to showcase here is kind of a Summer Peck variation, obviously with Tomo. And the reason for that is, and I don't know how it is for you guys, but both Arena and Princess Arena at the moment just seem to be plagued with stall teams. And when I say stall teams, I mean your typical composition of Miyako, Kuka, usually Maho, and then the other 2 spaces are kind of left for whoever. And the reason why I want to showcase this team with Tomo is the fact that it's the only team that I have reliably been able to kill pretty much any variation of these stall teams. So how the team pretty much works is you've got Nozomi, who's just a great all-round tank, right? There's nothing new there. She provides taunt, she provides stuns, she provides AoE healing for the front line, which is perfect. Tsumigi is your typical Tsumigi. She's just going to be a disruptor. She's going to be pulling people closer. She's going to be pushing tanks back. She's going to be grouping them all together, which obviously works well with Summer Peck because Summer Peck is just like a huge AoE. Saren is there to TP boost Summer and provides a little bit of damage and AoE at the same time. And then Tomo role is to basically just put constant pressure on the team. So as you can see here, Tsumigi is doing her job and kind of like pulling everybody closer. There you go. Tomo is going to be cleaving just back and forth and providing a ton of frontline pressure. And then Summer Peck is going to be helping to clean up any of that further backline and whatnot. So, like I said, it's the only team I've found that reliably takes out these teams. And, okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at the quick damage. Look at that. It's 90,000 damage. She's pulling 15,000 more than Summer Peck. And when you watch the team, Summer Peck looks like she's doing all the work. But it's actually Tomo who's providing a lot of that frontline damage and cleave. So let's take a look at another variant. So we're losing the Tamaki here and we're getting the Yukari. Now this variation of the stall team is probably the one I see most of. This is just everywhere because it's a real pain to get through. So this team does the exact same thing. It's the exact same setup. Tomo's doing her job. Tsumigi's just pulling everybody in. Summer Peck's just kind of blowing them up from time to time. The main reason why I kind of wanted to put these together to highlight Tomo in this case is purely for the fact that no matter what variation of team I used, of Summer Peck team, is to try to get through is I would clear out everybody else and just be left with Miyako. And no matter what team composition I used, no matter who I used to try to fill in that last spot, I could never get through the Miyako. I tried mages, I tried archers, I tried absolutely everything. Tomo, to my knowledge at least, as it stands right now, is the only physical DPS who can actually just lean through Miyako. Anyone who's done any kind of arena and come across these stall teams, you know how difficult it is to try and get through Miyako if you don't run any kind of mage power. Tomo is the complete and utter answer for that. She just cleaves through Miyako somehow. She attacks fast, she attacks harder and harder and harder, and she's the only option I've seen to be able to get through these teams. So that's why I kind of wanted to highlight her, just because of what she brings. She can kill Miyako, and she just brings some frontline heavy force to these physical teams. So there we go. We just cleaned up that one. We didn't get any like crazy crits or anything like that, and there you go. 20,000 damage higher than Summer Peck, whose Summer Peck's actually being TP boosted, remember. Tomo's just doing her thing. She just does so much damage. There's one more video, or one more clip here I actually want to show, and this is actually with a Tsumagi. I'm starting to see more and more Tsumagis on defense. It's not too common, but it can be a real pain just because of her disruption ability. And you'll see here, like, she disrupts enough to actually get my Summer Peck kill in this. So this team kind of showing up a little bit more frequently, but again, the reason why I wanted to showcase this was just the amount of these stall teams that are just floating around right now is just everywhere. And this is just a really easy solution to just kind of like mow through them. Like I said, I've managed to reclimb back up to first after the reset in both Arena and Princess Arena. And I've only been using this team to kind of float top 50. I like to kind of float around top 50 just for the daily jewel income. And this team is just doing it for me. It's because it's just stall team after stall team after stall team. I can just go in, do 1 or 2 arena fights a day, and then I can kind of climb back up to top 50, and then I just kind of sit there. I'm literally doing it with this team. So as you can see, the Summer Peck is actually down, and we were left with a Miyako at practically full health and a Maho practically at full health. Now, those two are really tanky and really hard to get through. And considering this is an all physical DPS without the Summer Peck, you would think it probably doesn't look good, but there you go. She cleaned up Maho as soon as Tsumagi pulled her close, and then she just got the massive crit on Miyako. And there you go, way back up in the 80,000s again, even after losing Summer Peck. She cleaned through Miyako and Maho. So there you go. That's kind of just what I wanted to show. If you're playing around with a Summer Peck team, maybe consider Tomo. I don't know if that's going to help give you any information on whether or not you want to pull her. If you are struggling and you just keep coming up across these teams and you have a relatively decent Summer Peck team built, it really obviously can help you. If you're still trying to climb to that first spot, it's a very easy team to use. It just kind of wipes the floor with them. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much what I wanted to showcase today. Hopefully that kind of gave you some information on whether or not you want to decide to pull on her. It's not an easy decision in my mind, unless you're really far ahead and you've just got a solid team already and you've got the jewels, go for it. Otherwise, you've got Makoto coming up literally next week, and then you've got the Halloween characters straight into pre-fest, straight into 2 more characters, and then it's just banner after banner after banner after banner of limited and just must-haves and blah blah blah. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on Tomo. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave it a like. It really helps me out. Otherwise, if you have any questions regarding her that maybe I skipped or didn't answer anything, go ahead and leave a comment. If there's something you want to see in the future, like if you want to see more of these types of videos where I kind of deep dive into these characters and I showcase like where they're good and why they're good and whatnot, leave a comment. I'm quite happy doing stuff like this. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Keep an eye out for my next video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.